If you want to be rich and retire early, don't do dividends, don't invest, do this instead. Step 1, stop buying groceries. You don't need to eat food, you can eat motivation, especially if you're serious about it. Do you want to financially free yourself and your family? Well, that should be enough motivation. Step 2, stop buying lattes. That's $5 a day. Multiply that by 365 days a year. With compound interest, that's 1.5 million with the M. That's the amount of savings you're missing out on. Drop the girlfriend, that's a never-ending expense. Trust me, you're gonna be a millionaire in no time, baby. You're only an idiot until you make it. You just gotta have in your mindset that you're a multi-millionaire. Alright, step 3. Now with all that latte money, you're gonna buy yourself a Lamborghini. But instead of driving the Lamborghini, you're gonna flip it for 10x profit. Then you're gonna take that money that you got from flipping it for 10x profit and buy a house. But instead of living in the house, you're gonna rent it out for passive income and you're gonna live in an LLC. Now you take that house, take 20% equity out of it, and you buy another house. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You just keep doing that, and that's how the rich live. And for the last step, you're gonna buy my course, and I'm gonna show you how to live in an LLC for free. And that's every Instagram and Facebook ad ever. Jokes aside, that's technically what we're up against, bullshit advice. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you not how to get rich, but how you can retire early by generating passive income. I haven't been able to do it yet, technically, because I'm still young, but this is the roadmap I am following. Today I'm gonna teach you about FIRE. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. Technically, all you need to do to retire is to make more than you spend, or at least break even. If you live frugal and spend nothing, they'll be very easy to retire, but you won't be living too comfortably. The idea is to retire comfortably with a high standard of living. Today I'll be talking about, in my opinion, the most obtainable way to achieve it, dividends. I'll show you how to do it in 4 steps. Step 1, get EBT stamps. Just kidding. Step 1, budgeting. Stop freeballing your budget and track it. Unless you're using daddy's money and not living in the real world, you need to budget. Importantly, your earnings need to be more than your expenses. If not, you have really one expensive girlfriend or you're supporting a family of 7. That's a lot of people. How to budget. First, find out how much money you earn after taxes. Take all your income streams, then add them up and remember this number. This number represents your earnings. Secondly, what are your expenses for the month? Only the essentials. Essentials like food, rent, car insurance, health insurance, etc. This is the most important number. The lower this number, the easier FIRE is. This is the number you must beat and make sure your dividends or total passive income is more than this amount. You could also use the 4% rule to sustain your lifestyle after 65, but more on that in a later video. Third, take the difference of the two. We'll call this the excess. Hopefully your earnings is more than your expenses. If not, you're slowly becoming poor and you might need to get on EBT. This difference is the money you have left over to invest and for discretionary spending. Now the hard part. You have to choose between Google shares or a diamond necklace for your expensive girlfriend. The more money you invest, the more exponentially closer you are to FIRE. I try to save 50% of my income, not my excess, to reach FIRE. This is because I'm pretty smart with my finances and make enough money where my necessities, food and rent, aren't that much of my earnings. Look at your budget and decide for yourself how much you can save. A common breakdown is 50-30-20 rule. Spend 50% of your income on necessities. You spend 30% of your monthly income on discretionary expenses. Spend 20% of your income towards debt payments, savings, and goal investments. Step 2, what to do with your excess cash. You'll need to fill up your emergency bucket. Generally save 1 to 3 months of your expenses. In case you need to pay for an emergency doctor visit or your expensive girlfriend is a gambling addict like mine, you need money set aside for a rainy day. Save the most out of your paycheck. The more, the better. I try to aim for 50% or more, but I'm the one with the expensive girlfriend. Make sure to pick a budget that works for you. The more money you have, the easier budget and saving will be. Your expenses is the target amount for how much dividend you need to be returning. With the money saved, allocate your budget to paying off high interest rate debt. Examples of this could be mob debt, government mob debt, which is high interest rate student loans, credit card loans. Generally, any interest rate over your average dividend rate should be paid off. When the mob debt is paid off, start investing into your accounts. If you do plan on retiring before 65, retirement accounts aren't as useful, so use a mixture of both, but I tend to lean more towards normal brokerage accounts just because I can access my money for midterm goals like buying a house or funding an investment. If all your investments are locked up in your retirement account, you cannot support midterm goals with that money. But then again, you'll be losing out on tax-efficient investment. It is a give and take. This is not investment advice. Step 3, dividend investing. After most of your high interest rate debt is paid off, start buying quality dividends. Invest across a wide range of dividend types. Examples are blue chip growth stocks, high yield dividends like real estate investment trusts, business development companies, closed-end funds, master limited partnerships, among others. Usually the higher the dividend rate, the less growth these investments will have. Many investors would say to invest across a wide range of dividend investment types, and everyone's holdings should provide dividend growth. When you first start, make sure you're reinvesting all your dividends, but someday when you're living off your dividends, you won't see growth if your holdings don't increase their payouts. The amount you should dedicate to dividend growth depends on your age and personal preference. The older you are, the more you should have towards higher yields and less towards dividend growth. The opposite applies for when you're younger. Remember, reinvesting your dividends will ensure you that your holdings will keep growing. A good general rule to keep in mind is that the higher the dividend, the more risk involved. There are plenty of high dividend holdings that never cut their dividends before. It's also important not to pursue any investments that are simply offering the highest dividend yield. You need to do background research into each investment to make sure that they don't have a history of cutting their dividends. This is the number one mistake I see new dividend and income investors make when they start out investing. They just invest into the highest yield dividend. Step 4. Increase your income. You could do this while working on the previous step. This could be getting a higher paying job, or getting a part-time job, or getting a side hustle. I used to run a social media agency as my side hustle. Here's some good side hustles you could do. Selling stuff on eBay, drop shipping, tutoring, or doing freelance jobs on Fiverr. This is where an expensive girlfriend is a problem. Stay on course by not being tempted to make big purchases like a brand new car, expensive vacations, or impulse purchases. I'm not saying to indulge, but train yourself to be happier with less. This is a huge part of the process. These are the steps for FIRE. Thanks for stopping by in today's video. See you in the next video. Happy investing.